PowerMod's got a new tank. I've always wanted one of these. I say that with a whole bunch of things, but I had the skidder that I always wanted, and look at this. This is the tank. It's got a track on it. We're gonna use this for skidding logs out here at the property. And if you want to see more of this in action, just go on my Rolling Up My Sleeves channel, and then you'll get to see her. We're gonna go pull some logs out today, but I just wanted to give, because this is a typical PowerMods kind of machine, I wanted to give everybody a good look at it. 6-cylinder inline Chrysler engine. Fire it up right now. Good God, like getting in the General Lee. She's not a diesel. There we go. Got a clutch. We'll go check out how this works. It's got reverse, first gear, second gear, third gear. I think it's supposed to do about 30 miles an hour, something like that, wide open. Might be a little crazy. It's got a clutch, like I said, gas pedal right here. Go to turn right, you pull back on this lever. Turn left, you pull back on this lever. Pushing forward really doesn't do anything. There's some bands that wrap around a drum, and they're kind of friction material, like a brake pad. So when I pull on this, it stops one side of the axle through the differential, and it'll allow you to pull it over. Turn. If you want to use the brakes, you pull both. It's pretty simple. I mean, 1950s technology. I think this is maybe early 60s. I don't know. To warm up a little.
And we need a second one.
Hey?
We need a second one.
It's stalled. Yeah. It's you know, we're so used to having everything. Like I haven't driven anything with a clutch in it in quite a while. It's pretty funny. You're used to automatics, right? Need more torque.
We've hooked up our ram steering to this. You got sound through there? Yeah. The way to make that work. That saves you from having to use your controls to turn this, because pulling a big load, as soon as you put some braking force on the differential, it's going to want to slow it down. This way you got all your power the whole time. Pretty cool, eh? Alright, let's go cut some trees down. I've got some red pine at the back of the property that we need to cut for some cabins we're building. So let's go see if we can pull a couple logs out. Do you think we'll make it? You think so? Let's go do it. All right. I said to Kai before we headed back here, you know, we should probably do everything that we need to do before we get back here, because we're probably going to break something.
That we did.
Yeah, we broke it. You know, I saw this little U-joint mechanism he put on here to make this steer, the ram steer. I get it; it's a good idea, but it's cast. Those you know, those yokes are cast. So that's no good. So it really limits the ability for this thing to turn in the bush. And those rams, the way he's got them set up, don't really turn the machine very sharp, eh?
It jackknife hits here on the back of the machine too.
Where, on this bunk there?
Yeah, on this bunk. I think there's a corner here or something like that, and you can see where it hits here. And on the other side too, same thing.
Okay, so then what needs to happen is that whole trailer needs to be stuck out more, like about 3 feet off the back.
Yeah.
But then you have to have a really big area to work in.
Or a lot of steering angle. Because this only has to come out like 2 or 3 feet. And it's perfect probably.
Yeah. Okay, we need to speak to our welder buddy. See what he thinks about all this. But you know, we pounded a little trail through there. This is an old road.
This is a grove of red pine that hasn't been looked after. Just back in there, you guys can't really see very well right now. It should have had some thinning years ago. I think about 15 years ago would have been the last thinning it should have had. So we're gonna come in here and thin out where it needs to be, take out the garbage wood, build some log cabins out of these, do some milling, and look after the place. You know what? It's pretty nice to see that birch take off in here. And that's oak. Nice. Some poplar on the ends there. These are, these red pine groves are kind of like a wasteland. When you're walking through them, it's a weird kind of place. Like you can walk right through there. In the winter, the snow barely gets on the bottom. Not a whole lot of wildlife. Wildlife just sort of passes through these areas, and that's it. But these, hey?
It's like really open.
It's really open, yeah. Oh yeah, you can see right through like a couple hundred yards. But these were put in the 60s. And they need one more thinning before they can really, you can get the full value out of them. The reason they put these red pine growths in here was basically for, they promoted it back in the 60s. So they turned farmland into pine forests. And every few years you come through, you thin them out, you take some wood, you get a little bit of money, and you wait for the big one. The big call, which we'll just barely be able to see by the end of my lifetime. But they're getting pretty big. They're about 13 to 17 inches in diameter right now. If we can get some straight ones, they turn them into telephone poles as well. How's the monster or mega? Oh, it's neither. How's the Elan working?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good?
It's hard to drive in your tracks though.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. Let's hobble this back, get it to the yard so Buddy can come and weld up some magic on that, because I do not have the ability to fix those. No.
I want it done right.
Want it done right. It's too hard to steer that. I hear clunking in the transmission or somewhere in there. I don't like it. Anyway. Okay. So make sure you check us out on Rolling Up My Sleeves, boys. Get to see this thing. It really pounds the trees down, eh?
Yeah.
Like the small ones.
What color should we paint it?
Yeah, what color? You guys let us know what color we should paint this thing. Because that rust-proof in red, that's no cool. Doesn't look good at all. And that front thing's got to come off. That just gets in the way. We need to put a blade on it. Just a small blade just to push logs out. Okay, let's get out of here.